And if you're asking my opinion about this situation in Sanford, Florida, with a dark-colored person being shot and killed by a light-colored person, I really don't have an opinion yet because all the facts have not come out. The thing to watch out for in this kind of situation is this going to become a racial issue that people are getting caught up in, or are people going to be waiting for an answer as to what actually happened? I do not have a lot of expectation that this will get solved in the very near future because of the situation of a darker person, a lighter person being involved in a shooting where one person got killed. Let me stick to the topic of what we do know. What we do know, obviously, is someone is dead. What we do know is someone who was self-described neighborhood watch person was running, and he was out of breath or walking very fast, out of breath, and calling the 911 people to say he's following someone who doesn't look like they belong. Another fact is that the dispatcher asked this person, George Zimmerman, I believe that's his name, asked what the description of the race was of the person he was following, and he said he appears to be black. What NBC News, the fact number two, is what NBC News did was they cut out the part of the tape where the dispatcher asked him what is the race of the person that he's following while he was out of breath. Apparently, Travon, the person who turned out to be the receiver of the bullet that killed him, unfortunately, he was walking, and apparently he did not have the hoodie on, and then he put the hoodie on, and eyewitnesses and or George Zimmerman said that Travon reached for something in his belt area, and it turned out, unfortunately, to be a candy bar of some sort, or some candy that he was going to get for his brother. Terrible tragedy, terrible thing that's going on here with this situation. What the third fact is that we have George was never actually arrested yet. This is now Sunday, the 2nd, or actually the 1st of April, and George has not been arrested, so there are demonstrations and peaceful walks in the area to try and get him arrested. The third fact of our society is no one is arrested usually until there's a grand jury that says that there's probable cause and that this person is the primary suspect based on the facts that they have. So the group in Sanford, Florida, one can say, is absolutely correct that there is probable cause for him to be arrested, and he could certainly be arrested and be found not guilty, but he could get his prints in there, etc., and then he could be found not guilty. So another fact of the situation is that there's an appearance that the prosecution in this case is slow to make positive moves towards getting the facts out, and this is troubling to all parties who are non-biased, because you want justice, quote-unquote, to be done if in fact the story of George Zimmerman is not true, that he was defending himself. So another fact is that George said from the start that he was being pummeled in the face and then in the head, hitting his head against the sidewalk, etc., ending up on the grass, and then feeling his life was in danger. No one knows what would actually happen. I believe more eyewitnesses will come out because there was so much shouting and pleading by someone, either George or Travon, the receiver of the bullet that eventually killed him. No one knows what happened. That's difficult. Eyewitnesses may or may not help solve this case, but the main thing to remember is that we don't know all the facts. And another last thing I want to leave you before the commercial is there's no such thing as perfect information. So